Hey everybody, and we are back for year 3. Wow. Returning back to the story as we go. My name is Black Cyborg. You can call me Cyborg, or you can call me Black. Just don't call me right. See what I did there?
It's hard to pronounce, yeah. No,
Except like the end part of the first part of the okay. Anyways,
well, no,
and I'm
phonetically
joined by
sound.
this lovely voice that's joining me is not God. He is Temp. You can call him Temp.
You flatter me.
Temporary username. He's working on getting a permanent username, but he's still temporary.
Yeah, I got him another 5 years probably.
Yeah. So, anyways, we are doing this little thing like, reviewing the entire Injustice series. It's just a little thing. It's a little thing. Woo! Okay. So
It's
we
a
are
tiny project, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an undertaking, just a tiny bit. And yeah, we are in year 3, issue number 1. So if you have not read anything prior to this, you have not watched our videos, get out of here. What are you doing? Go back. Start at the beginning. Whether you read the issues or not, at least start at the beginning of our video series so that way you do not get spoiled because there's plenty of good stuff. Year 1 was good. Year 2 was great. Year 3 could be amazing. We don't know. We're going to find out now. So let's get right into this. Like the video, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and let's break it down. Okay, so right off the bat, the cover has John Constantine, the orange peel. John Constantine. It has John
It's a lot of
Constantine.
syllables, yes.
John Constantine. Yes, it has John Constantine, as that gives it away right there. So, introduction, John Constantine, stage left. Okay. Getting to the actual story. So we start off with him monologuing a bit in his mind. Is that Kilowog?
I thought it was at first too. I don't think so.
Yeah, I doubt that would really... One, he's got too much of a snarly look about his face.
Is his teeth that hardcore?
No, I think Kilowog's more of a pig face. This guy is more just bitey bite. Like this. The funny thing is, though, when I thought about that, I mean, our Kilo, Guy Gardner's comment about how he has kill in the name. Kilowog has technically kill in the name. So.
And he kind of looks like a demon, so it doesn't really help out his cause.
Yeah, but anyways. So yeah, we have Constantine. He's talking about how this war between the Green Lanterns and Yellow Lanterns and Superman and everything that's been going on, how much destruction it's caused. I mean, they're in England, or he's in Liverpool, England right now, and there's this Green Lantern laying in the side of a building, and it's destroyed. Everything's destroyed all over the place. Lives are lost because of this. And so he's kind of telling the story, kind of recapping the events from the second year, just very briefly. And he's talking about the losses of lives. Well, he's talking about this little girl, and he goes and extends his hand to her. He's talking about her, and he explains that that little girl is his daughter, actually. But she may not even know that because he stayed out of her life for her own good, for her safety, so that way nobody he knows that might want him dead or want to harm his loved ones would ever be able to, harm her. So he's doing the good thing. It basically is a built-in excuse for him to be a deadbeat dad. No, I'm just kidding. He's a good guy.
I mean, it fits. Like, both can be true. There's not necessarily a contradiction. He can be protecting her and also wanting to shun responsibility. It's not necessarily a contradiction.
Sure. No, yeah. I'm with you there. So it's good little stuff for him. He goes and reaches out to her. And... yeah, so he takes her and he brings her to the only place that he feels is safe and is going to properly protect her. He takes her to the Tower of Fate. So we have Zatanna and Fate and their lovely, well-drawn get-up here. And two awesome characters that I can't wait to see more of. And we hear a knock at their door. Of course, it's John Constantine with his little girl, little Rose. And he basically wants them to take care of her because, he heard that they do have a daycare service going right now because they took care of little Connor. So I expect like a whole little nursery here with Zatanna and Fate, Fate and Zatanna the nursery.
And they're committed. She never takes that hat off, ever.
So yeah. So he drops her off with them. Ma and Pa, just watching his kid cause that's what people are doing these days.
It's a great setup.
And then he asks for a favor. He wants to be taken to. He wants Zatanna to deliver him to the world's greatest detective, or the greatest detective in the world, who we assume is. He might be talking about Batman, but it is not Batman. Not Batman at all. It ends up being Detective
a matter of opinion.
That's true. Detective Chimp.
You could be right. I don't know.
Takes it to Detective Chimp, which is fantastic. I love Detective Chimp. So seeing him here holding the beer, and he says, "What the fuck do you want, Constantine?" That's his response. As soon as he just shows up out of the middle of nowhere in his room, books everywhere. Anyways, so we leave off the chapter there. So good stuff is likely to ensue when Detective Chimp is around. So that is the end of that chapter. As I throw my scarf around my shoulder, like Homer Simpson. Anyways, so the next chapter we actually start off with, I believe, Trigon. That's the name of Raven's father, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we start off with John Constantine talking to Trigon in like hell. And he explains, Raven's been taken. I know where your daughter's at, or I'm working on it. I'm working on trying to find your daughter, I guess is his play. He mentions the fact that Trigon has part of his soul, and he's trying to use it as like a bargaining chip, but Trigon's not having any of it. He's just saying, find my daughter. Looking at Zatanna, my dog, doing things and wiggling around. Okay, focus. Trigon picks him up, and he says, you can't hurt me anyways. So Trigon, I guess, says, yeah, you're right. Not yet. So we don't know what's up with that, what kind of things going on there. But Constantine is going to try and find Raven. Well, we cut back to the Yellow Lantern. So it doesn't look like we've time jumped quite yet, because I do expect that at some point. But even in year 2, it wasn't immediate when the time jump happened. So we may be just getting the aftermath, and then when the time jump may happen later in the story. But we see the immediate aftermath at the Hall of Justice with the Yellow Lanterns. And Superman's trying to find where Robin, Cyborg, Flash have all gone. They've been taken. And they say, how can this be? How come none of us can, locate them? Why aren't they showing up for any of us? And they said, or Superman says, magic. Then we see Batman brooding in an alleyway. So pretty much status quo for him.
Yeah.
Just shadowy Batman. And he's talking to Zatanna through a communicator, and he's asking, is he coming? We're obviously led to believe it's probably Constantine, in which it is. Constantine shows up behind him. He says, how are you even standing? I thought your back's broken. You must be on a ton of painkillers. Which Batman no sells, of course, and then Constantine tells him to get in the car. Batman says, what car? And, of course, Constantine... I didn't know if he, magically had this car appeal, but it comes screeching in, so I guess not. But
it's unclear. I thought that exact same thing. I'm like, okay, was it invisible?
Yeah.
Or is his timing that impeccable that he had the guy show up right when he knew Batman was going to say, where's the car?
It's gotta be the timing, because that's better.
I like it better for sure. It's definitely funnier.
Oh, okay. Anyways, we get a cab driver in there, or Constantine's friend or whatever, and he has Batman get in. Batman gets in the back, and it's Detective Chimp sitting in there, and he says, Batman says, Detective Chimp, and then he says, yes, you're very perceptive, get in. And they are off. And here is probably the best moment of this issue. It's just so great. The cab driver's driving on the wrong side of the road because he's from England. That's the best part. No, I'm just kidding.
It's good. I mean,
it is. Yeah,
it's
it's reasonable. It's okay. But no, that's not what I was actually referring to. Obviously, what I'm referring to is they have this great panel where they look from basically through the windshield. So you see Constantine and his friend in their respective seats, and then in the back seat you just have Detective Chimp very scrunched up against Batman. Batman looks so serious. Detective Chimp looks so serious, but goofy, of course. And then the cab driver looks back at them. Or they both look back at him. The cab driver kind of snickers to himself, and then all of a sudden, they both just burst out into just laughter, just uncontrollable laughter. And I laughed when I saw, when they looked back, and you saw that panel with Detective Chimp and Batman next to each other, I started laughing, so I'm glad they started laughing and appreciated this moment. And they're just like belly laughing up front. And then Batman, in his typical self, he goes, "The world is going to hell. You think this is funny?" And then the best part is Detective Chimp, being very self-aware of the situation, says, "Oh, come on. I'm a talking chimpanzee in a hat, and you're a grown man in a bat suit. Let them have this." It's just so good. Such a good moment. I mean, that's one of the best.
Yeah. It's very fitting of Constantine, who is very impervious to the intensity of the situation, to every situation. So I think it is just a really... That's what these comics are great at. They're good at really bringing the character out of characters.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it.
Yes. Great moments between characters is absolutely what these have been great about. They stop up ahead, and they go inside, and Constantine shows them Raven. Raven has been held captive by Batman, Constantine, the whole bunch, and yeah, they took her out of the game, I guess, early because obviously she's so powerful. She kind of threatens them, saying, "My father, blah, blah, blah," and then we are left off with basically Constantine kind of explaining his game plan, that, you know, he's good about revenge and he wants to get revenge against those who killed his daughter's mother, and he's going to kick the Man of Steel in the bulks. So we see Batman, Constantine, and Detective Chimp walking out together like badasses. So that's where we leave off for this issue.
Yeah, once again, I was kind of somber where I see Raven drawn well. I'm thinking what could have been in the game itself, but
yeah.
Also, in my experience with Raven, her and Trigon did not particularly get along. So in this alternate universe, I don't know what their relationship is.
Yeah.
But clearly, it seems like it's different, which would explain her alternate costume in Injustice. But I don't know. That I wonder if they're going to go deeper into that, or if we're just supposed to take it at face value that her and Trigon are allies. I don't know. That's very interesting to me.
Yeah. It'll be interesting for sure. So great things to note about this issue is Constantine being introduced, of course. Tremendous character. Looks like we're going to get hopefully more from Dr. Fate and Zatanna. We've got Detective Chimp getting involved now, which should be some great comedic moments as well. Batman's back in the fold a bit more, it looks like, hands-on. He's managed to find a way to walk with the thing that Alfred was setting him up with in a prior issue. And yeah, so it looks like now we're back to building things up, but it had some great moments. And yeah, we didn't really feel like a drag or anything. It's just some good aftermath, and now we're setting up what's next to come. So I'm glad Constantine's on the side of Batman.
Yeah, very early on they told us that this year is going to have a very good cast. I love the set. I love the roster of characters we're dealing with right now.
Oh yeah, a lot of our favorites are supposed to be in this year. Not to spoil some of the names, but we don't know anything about what happens this year. But yeah, we've been told of some of the characters that get involved. So a lot of the fan favorites that are making it into Injustice 2, and just a lot of characters that people like are going to be in this chapter that we've been waiting for. So yeah, and it's just great that Batman's stocking up on the magic users, because he needs this badly.
Yeah, I wish we had seen, because I don't think they ever tell us how Raven gets captured, because it's implied that she got captured around the same time as Cyborg and Flash.
Yeah,
but that's kind of a big deal. You don't just capture Raven. Like, she can jump from dimension to dimension, so this must have taken some very serious shit to pull off, and I have a feeling they're not going to tell us what it was, but that's fine. Like, I've accepted things like that. They can't show everything.
Yeah. Maybe it gives us a flashback of some sort, but yeah, we probably won't, but at least she's back in the fold now, because she is a focal
Fucking
point.
Batman just sneaks up on her with a net.
Yeah, that's all it took. Batman's making bird noises or something. Brings her out and nets her.
Oh, good shit.
Yeah. You could say he clipped her wings.
Oh, fuck, boy.
Yeah. Don't say that, though. All right. Well, you guys take care. We'll see you with issue number 2 of the big year 3. This is supposed to be where it gets really, really good. Even more. Well, I guess it's already been really good, but this is where it peaks, so to speak. So I'm excited for it. And you guys take care. Plenty more to come. See you tomorrow.
Later.